Satellite, hard drive, projectors.
Yeah. All right, so first I am going to update our keys. So here's our thumb drive. We clicked and dragged all of our new keys on here. I'm just gonna pop them in here. It's the only USB port on here.
Okay.
Wake up our computer here, so it's reading it, it's popping it open. So on this main page, this main interface, you'll see up here, there's manage. And if you click here, it goes to create. Mm-hmm. Those are your only two options up here. So the best way to think of it is create is where we literally will create our SPLs or our playlists. Those get used kind of interchangeably. Mm-hmm. So the only thing we'll do in create is make these SPLs. To do anything with the SPLs, to send them, to delete them, to do whatever, all of that has to be done in manage. So it's essentially, think of it as creating content and then actually doing stuff with that content. So we plugged in our thumb drive. We know that the updated keys are on there, but all of these files are still locked. We have to tell the computer to download the information from the thumb drive. So to do that, we're going to up here to File. We want to ingest either a DCP file or a KDM is a technical term for what we call keys. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to click on it. It opens up this window. So here is all the places that we can look for information at. These are different sources that the server can download info from. And we want it to download from keys. So now the server is reading the thumb drive. It sees all of the KDMs that we put on there. Everything is check marked. So all we're going to do now is ingest checked. That starts spinning, so we know it's working. Once it's grayed out, it has ingested. You can just close right. You don't have to leave this open. You can close out of this. Whenever you want to check on the progress of a file, you can go to View, and there's View Ingest, which looks like this. And this is literally, it's just telling you the status of any file you're trying to ingest or download. So all of these are the KDMs that we just downloaded, and they're already finished. They're such tiny files that they're almost instantaneous. Not quite instantaneous, but close enough. If we go back to View, so we know that all the keys ingested, but they have to make their way from the server to the projectors. So to monitor that, we can look at transfer. The information is transferring from point A to point B. So we click on transfer, and you can see, so here's screen 2, here's screen 1. So you can see information that has transferred there in the past. Here's the KDMs that we just downloaded or ingested. So it's already 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's already transferred 4 of them. While we're talking, this one finished. Now this one's progressing. So this is going to take it another 90 seconds tops. And it's doing it to, it's sending information to every projector simultaneously. So we're looking at projector screen 1, but we can scroll down and here's screen 2. And here's screen 3, and same thing. It's all happening simultaneously. So we'll give that a moment. Same thing. I mean, this is just, you can look at this and make sure things are transferring. You can look at the progress, but you don't have to leave this window up or anything. You can see, so corsage, that was locked. Now it has turned yellow. But the important part is that we have the little icon of the key, right? So locked means locked. So CPL needs a key for playing. So it's not going to play at all. Green just means the file is open. The key is not expiring anytime soon. Yellow means it expires in 7 days, so which we are aware of. Now, when it's still an icon of a key, but it turns red, that means usually that's like giving you a heads up. Hey, this key is going to expire in, I think it gives you that warning at 3 days. But regardless of what color the icon is, as long as it's the key, as long as it's the picture of the key, your file's going to play. It's only when it's locked. So now the question is, why? Oh. There it goes. Okay. Saint, okay. So we know for some reason, so this one is red. It expires in 5 days. Not sure why that one's not an entire week, but is what it is. We're closed in 3 days anyway, so it doesn't matter. You've got a little monitoring little page right here. You can expand that. I like to have whatever you prefer aesthetically, entirely up to you. I like to always have the key status visible so I can just see it at a glance. And I like to have this little screen or this little section visible so that I know at a glance. So this is telling me for each individual file, it's telling me which projectors this file has already been sent to. So right now, auto is, so theater store just means the server. So the man called auto file is on the main server, and it has also been sent to screen 1 and screen 3. If I decide that for tomorrow I wanted to have a random show in screen 2, I have to send it there. It is not currently on screen 2, so we have to manually make that happen. The way to send a file, Avatar, same thing. So it's on projectors 1, 2, 3, and in the server. Let's send auto. All right, so you know what? Auto's been so popular. We want to give it an extra show, because why not? Let's give it an extra show in one of the recliner auditoriums, because people love the recliners. So I'm going to highlight the file. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going, because all we're doing is transferring information. We're not downloading it. We've already done the download. Now we're just transferring it. So I'm going to select transfer. So it's telling me right here that it's already on screen 1 and screen 3. I want to send it to, let's send it to screen 4. Why not? So all I'm going to do is select screen 4. You can select a time. So you can select now. You can actually schedule a time for the file to send. Some other theaters do this a lot. I've never really messed around with it. It can be useful in the sense that you can't really send, you cannot send a movie file to a projector while a movie is already playing on that projector. It could, on very rare occasions, it could make the projector start working a little too hard, and it could kind of get glitchy. That's kind of worst case scenario. That it's quite rare, but it is within the realm of possibility. The more practical problem is that, so I want to send auto to screen 4. If Corsage was currently playing on screen 4 and we start sending that file, it will be so incredibly slow as to be essentially useless. You might as well just wait for Corsage to end. Now you can schedule a time. You know, you've got time right now in the morning, and then the rest of the day you got all these meetings, and you know movies are going to be playing. So you're going to, you know what? Let's just schedule this to send at, you know, let's say 8, 9, so 22, whatever. Military, I hate the military time. Makes me do that quick mental math that I'm terrible at. So I know that Theater 4 is empty at 10 p.m. So I'm going to schedule it to send. So you set it all up now, click send. It's not going to actually start sending the file until 10 o'clock tonight. When hypothetically Theater 4 is not playing, it's empty, and it will transfer unimpeded. But let's send it now. Why not? So we're going to send it now. Nothing's playing for a while. So we're sending it now. Theater 4 is selected. Click send. So again, if we want to check and make sure that everything is proceeding, we can go back where we just went a few minutes ago. We go back to view, transfer, move our window over a little bit. So we're trying to send auto to screen 4. So if I look down at the very bottom, so here's our CPL, man called auto, and it's progressing. Okay, it has to kind of warm up to it. It has to think, and it is now at 1%. So it will take it, let's see, man called auto is 218 gigs. So it's going to take it anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes to send. That's that. You just kind of set it and forget it.